Kris, going back to the bowl game even, you said you weren't sure about your future. You decided to come back. What ultimately was the deciding factor to choose to come back?
Well, the coaching staff that we built is second to none. Obviously, the potential we have to go on and win a national championship is really high, and I love my guys. I love Auburn, and any opportunity to come back and just work on my skills to get better and to make the guys around me better is a great opportunity.
What did the NFL advisory board have to say for you?
Well, I didn't talk to anybody directly, but basically just I gotta go back to school grade, and I definitely thought that was the right decision after sitting back with my family and talking about it with them, and and the coaches and everything, just weighing out my pros and cons of every option, and it's working out great. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be getting back to work.
How different is it with new coaches?
Well, it's always different when it comes to personalities, but at the end of the day, football's football. If you expect a lot out of yourself, then it's the expectation doesn't really change all that much. We love Coach Muschamp. He's a really high intense, he's really into getting after us and getting after the game. He loves the game of football, and we know that every tip that we get from him is just going to make us better players individually, and it's going to make us a better defense.
What about specifically Coach Thompson?
It's great having him. He's also a high intense guy. Pretty much throughout the whole entire defensive coach staff, everyone goes out to practice with the same attitude each and every day, ready to work, and that's the mentality that we love to have.
Is that kind of like a 180 from what you were dealing with Ellis, as far as position coach-wise?
Yeah, just like I said, with personalities and everything, things change, but it's for the most part, it is pretty different, really high intense, and they really demand excellence, and it makes all of us better.
Kris, are you working most of the Sam, and who else is working there with you?
I'm working Will and dime position, and for the most part, it's pretty. Will and Mike is pretty interchangeable, and dime is pretty much the same as Will. It's just we have an extra defensive back on the field, and we line up a lot to the strength of the offense rather than away.
Outside of yourself and Cass, who's a third linebacker that you think's been impressive so far? Has a chance to step up.
Honestly, with the gains that everyone's making, it's just hard to say. Everyone's really doing their part. Everyone's doing everything they can to learn all they can, and getting after it outside of the field, off the field, and in the meeting room, and even getting extra time. So right now, JG is always a high intense guy. Justin Garrett, he always gets after every day. We love how he comes with the same energy each and every day. And Trey is always there. He learns faster than just about any freshman. Well, he's not a freshman anymore, which is crazy to think about. But he learns faster than any young guy I've ever seen. And just he definitely does a great job of taking criticism, and he uses it to make him better. And I feel like as an older guy, we can learn from him just as well as he can learn from us. And, just as a unit, it's all about us just coming together and really doing everything we can for the goodness of the defense.
How much progress have you guys made as a defense over these 2 weeks?
A lot of progress. I feel like being a year older, I feel like we've all just matured quite a bit going into this spring, and I feel like guys know it's getting more to the point where we know what to expect from each other. We know what to expect from ourselves as well, and we know that every day is an opportunity to come out and work and get better. And they definitely changed the dynamic of how we treat practice, how we go into practice, how we do things, and it's working out great.
Has it been more physical than in the past?
Yeah, it's been pretty physical. As a linebacker, I mean, you never go into a practice 100%, but it's been pretty physical here lately, and I feel like we're doing a good job of showing what we got to the new coaches.
With JG, guys bounce around so much, and we all remember 2 years ago when everybody thought he just started the spring, had a good season, his injuries came up. How do you think he's transitioning out of this defense? Do you think he feels comfortable to the point now he's going to be able to secure one role and be able to have that breakout year?
Well, I feel like one reason why he's been moved around so much is because he's so multifaceted. He has so many different tools that are really good for a defense, and so many different things he can do. So a lot of times, coach tells us, don't think of it as a bad thing when you get moved around a whole bunch. It just means that you can do a whole lot of things, and we see that as a good thing. JG's a great player, and we know that he's going to get settled. But then again, in our careers, we've all been moved around a little bit. We've all been struck with the injury bug from time to time, and we've all had our struggles going through our careers. And at the end of the day, it's all about just focusing on what you need to do and doing everything you can for the team. If that means playing a different position, then doing it. But just coming out with the same attitude as he does, the same great attitude, and just attacking practice each and every day.
Is he behind you at the wheel and Trey at the mic?
Actually, it's flip. Trey's behind me at the wheel, and JG's at the mic. But JG's played a little wheel too. It's really interchangeable. To be honest, I can go out and play mic just as well as Kaz can go out and play wheel. So it's really we've been learning a lot of concepts with Coach Muschamp and everything, and learning concepts of defense as a whole, and going more into understanding defense and how to play defense, and it's really been helping us a whole lot, and it'll make us able to play those multiple positions.
How about Sam, who's there?
Right now I see Moncrief. I saw Javier Mitchell over there, but Javi came back to Mike. It's a whole lot of changing, to be honest. It'd be hard to tell right now, but I know the closer we get to the spring game, that's the more you'll see guys more steady at one position.
Where's Casanova working?
He's at Mike.
Chris, one of the guys you hadn't mentioned, last year obviously he was still recovering from an ACL injury. What do you think Deshaun Davis is capable of?
I think he has a lot of tenacity. He's always running to the ball, and he has a whole lot of ability. He's always the guy to fly around and try to be an extra leader on the field, which I really like about him. I think he has a whole lot of potential to do some great things. And right now it's just getting healthy and getting out there, and I'm always on him, just letting him know that the injury thing is going to happen from time to time. It's happened to everybody playing the sport. But, just keep pushing through it, and you'll be all right.
Chris, for the spring, specifically for the defense, how much of it is just learning and picking up this new system? Because some of the goals, the things that you guys want to correct, things you walk away from the season disappointed about, how hard is it going to be to necessarily see tangible improvement until September, when you can actually be in a game and say, okay, we're not allowing 400 yards a game because we just played a game? I mean, you're not going to know that for 6 months. How much of this time really is just the learning? And is that difficult because you're not going to be able to just show it necessarily for 6 months?
Well, for one thing, this game is definitely a day-by-day thing. Nothing happens overnight. You don't get to a certain point and all of a sudden you're not getting a 400 yards game. It's all about just each and every day coming in and making sure everyone knows their assignments, making sure everybody knows what they're supposed to do, and playing with energy and and just playing with drive, having fun playing Auburn defense. And for the most part, I feel like we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. We're taking steps each and every day in the right direction, and we're definitely filling spots that need to be filled last year, and guys are doing everything they can to compete for jobs, because every job is open as of right now, and we understand that, and the urgency to know what you're supposed to do, know your responsibility, is really high. So everybody's, as long as everyone adjusts to the system and everyone plays their role individually, we'll be great as a defense, and we'll make strides.
Chris, you guys got a very long break coming up here. Did the coaches talk to you about getting back safe and sound from your vacation?
Oh yeah, and it's not even just the coaches. The players, all of us, we talk to each other all the time about it, because it's extremely important. Things happen all the time, and it's we gotta stay safe, and we want everybody to have a great time, but at the same time, we need to know, don't put ourselves in any compromising situations, and just just carry ourselves like mature adults, like we are, and that's the most important thing right now. And we'll talk more about it in the 7 a.m. meeting. But all of us we all know what we expect from ourselves, what the coaches expect from us, and what we expect from our teammates. So, you know, just it's all about being mature and doing the right thing.
Chris,
Chris,
you brought
is
up,
it the Sam that substitutes out for the nickel? in the
Yes.
nickel game?
I would say, you brought up Derek. I mean, is he mainly just sticking with linebackers now? I mean, is he not doing any more safety like he did last year?
Well, it's the outside linebacker position is a little different because, you know, they're not actually with us with the middle linebacker and the will. We're not in the same meeting room, but it's for the most part they have to cover down a whole lot and they have to do certain things out there that, you know, just they're a hybrid guy, pretty much a hybrid guy. So it's you know, the things that they do out there is, you would say, is kind of like a safety sometimes, but for the most part, they're a linebacker. They're in the box. They're, you know, stopping the run, and that's, you know, what we focus on first and foremost is stopping the run.
Anything else?
Thanks, Chris.